All right, just to kind of level set for everyone in the audience, this is Jackson. Jackson is one of the co-founders of Echelon, and I saw one of his Twitter ads, that kind of referenced their Wine by Lamborghini case study, and as I mentioned previously, big Lambo guy, so like caught my eye, and then I was watching his content, I was like, oh, we gotta get this guy on to share the Google secret sauce. So I'm really grateful, Jackson, that you're here. I'll turn it over to you so we can go through the agenda and get through all the content.
My name is Jackson Blackledge, founder of Echelon, and all we do is Google Ads for e-commerce brands. All right, guys. We work with the brands such Founder, Lamborghini, Ovi, Tabs, as you can see in front of you. The agenda for today's call is we're going to go through sort of like Google Ads account structure. We have obviously the brand search, the brand shopping, prospecting search, prospecting shopping. Then we're going to dive into GMC pro tips. So shopping scorecard experience, GMC promos planning, feed optimization, the Google ad account structures, how to get it right for 2024. So there's 4 sort of core campaigns. All right. So we've got brand search, brand shopping, prospecting search, and then prospecting shopping as well. Okay. So as you can see in front of you, brand search. So Google Ads campaigns targeting obviously keywords that include your brand name or specific product name. So these sort of campaigns, they are crucial for sort of one, just defending your brand's sort of digital real estate, ensuring potential customers find you, so no competitors or resellers are in front of them. You can give like a personalized message, which obviously you can't do in organic too. Okay, brand search. In 80% of the audits that we do conduct, we actually find that brands overcharge for brand protection. So, and this does lead to obviously thousands of dollars in unnecessary sort of expenditure, because they do fail to split brand from non-branded sort of prospecting. So they select the wrong bid strategies in that way. But long story short, you're wanting to have both the non-branded and the branded in separate sort of campaigns, because you don't want the campaign to be inflated with branded results. Meaning like branded meaning that's simply people that know your brand, and then non-branded being obviously people that don't know your brand. Okay, so brand search setup. So your branded search campaigns should sort of meticulously be structured to cover all variations of your brand and product name. Okay, so you can use exact match for your most critical brand keywords to control costs, and obviously phrase match to capture a wider audience without sort of compromising relevance. Okay. Prospecting search. So this aims to introduce your brand and products to new potential customers. Okay. So the primary challenge lies in obviously structuring these campaigns to attract and convert these new audiences effectively, because we don't want to rely on obviously other platforms and stuff all the time for top of funnel traffic. Okay. And new customers and things like that.
Jackson, before you keep going forward, can you give us like some tactical examples? Let's say Wine by Lamborghini, just because that's a brand I love. I mentioned that before you jumped on that all of the wine glasses that I have are Wine by Lamborghini glasses. So in the like if you go back a couple slides, could you give us like examples of like what keywords you're actually saying here, and then like what phrases you might be using, or if I'm even saying it right?
Yeah, for sure. So obviously keywords, meaning like if we're going after the branded side of things, it could be keywords meaning like wine by Lamborghini, or Lamborghini wine, or wine glasses by Lamborghini, things like that. And then phrases can obviously be phrases similar to that. So you can think of things that people could potentially be searching, and then you can make those phrases and add those in. But yeah, it comes down to the actual brand of the brand's name and things like that too. Sometimes you can set up a similar way to spell it, because some companies or some businesses have a sort of unique name, and a lot of people misspell it, so you can add those in as well. But yeah, does that make sense?
Yep. That captures, I think, the spirit of what I wanted to discover. And I know you've got more more content on how you do research and things. So I'll let you get back to it.
Yeah, for sure. So we'll dive into keyword research, so a little bit of what you just mentioned. So this is obviously like the key steps in setting up prospecting campaigns. Keyword research. So we want to identify broad yet sort of relevant keywords that potential customers might actually use when searching for your products in the category. Okay. Ad group segmentation. We want to create specific ad groups based on themes, product types, or just customer intent to tailor your ads and landing pages more effectively. And like I said, this is as you can see, the key steps in setting up prospecting campaigns. Okay. And then we have 3, the bid strategy. So ideally use smart bidding just to optimize bids across the prospecting landscape. And the impact of landing pages. So this is obviously a big part when it comes to obviously Replo, and we actually use Replo for some of our clients in regards to the landing pages. But the success of prospecting, meaning obviously getting new customers, prospecting search campaigns is heavily dependent on the landing page experience. Okay, so tracking landing page experience quality score, less than 5% of professionals track and actively work to improve this over time. So monitoring and sort of enhancing your landing page quality score is crucial for improving obviously ad rank. So lower CPCs, higher impression share, but also your conversion rate too, which is obviously then a higher ROAS and a lower CPA too. Okay.
Also to come back to your question, Sandra, you were curious about, for example, wine by Lamborghini. This is a great example. You're talking about a brand that is essentially doing wine, right? So obviously, if you're into the brand, at the beginning, we were talking about branded search, so just make sure you protect the brand, use the keywords that people are searching for when thinking about your brand. Then when you want to go outside of it, like I want to find people on search and they're not searching for me, then you do the keyword research. And then, for example, in this case, you might want to reach people searching for like corporate gifts or like gifts for anniversary or like, best sparkling wine or like best Italian wine. Specifically in this case, for example, we're talking about the USA market, no? So obviously, and here, then it becomes very, very important, the aspect of landing pages. Because to be honest, and many people, if they have, they're trying to do prospecting search on Google Ads, they will probably notice that that's the most difficult type of campaign to run. It's becoming more and more difficult to run it profitably. So the landing page side of things here is crucial, because if you think about the normal Shopify store, you have a pretty decent homepage, pretty decent product pages, collection pages in the middle. And collection pages conceptually are the ones that should be the landing pages of such campaigns, because Italian sparkling champagne collection page, stuff like that. Collection pages are not very sexy on Shopify, to be honest, on a search perspective. Because in the end of the day, they are just
it's a grid
list
of products.
A grid of products, exactly. Which, if the user was interested in that, they would just click on shopping ads that are at the top of the page, images of products with the price, right? So in landing pages here, when it comes to search, if you want to be successful, most of the cases, sometimes you have a product that is so powerful, you can just link it to the product page, it will sell by itself, but that's not most of the cases. So what you should have as a setup is like, okay, I find my keyword theme. Let's imagine like gift for corporate or, so then I have to have a page that is really relevant for this. So starting from the content, and then, I have to guide the client, okay, this is, why this product is so good for this type of search you're making. And, so that's the concept that is really important in prospecting search. And here is a little bit of a candy, because this screenshot that you see here, trust me, even less than 5% of professionals working in Google Ads are not using it. It basically allows you to, so let's imagine here the keyword would be like gift for corporate, or Italian best champagne in US, whatever. So this breakdown will allow you to see how your quality score for that specific keyword changed across the last few months. You see? So here, the screenshot is small, obviously, but each row is a month. So when we started here, first month, the quality score of the keyword was 3 out of 10, very low. And you see the landing page experience below average. And then look how it, we changed the page, made a custom page for that, 7 all of a sudden, and then it started to improve, it goes up and up. Of course, there are other parameters of the quality score. Here we focus on this one. The other parameters are a bit more manageable within the account, because it's like CTR, ad relevancy, so you can play with that easily. Landing page experience instead is a big obstacle for most clients. So yeah, that's good stuff. And obviously, if your page talks to the client search, then not only the ad rank is higher, but also the conversion rate.
Thank you. First of all, thank you for this explanation. So what I'm taking away from this is, if we look at all the things that you have within your control inside of Google Ads, one of the things that you can do better that a lot of people just don't do is improve the landing page that then makes the actual ad buying piece, which is true, in Meta as well. But this is not something that I don't think people typically think about, I'm assuming, when they're thinking about Google Ads. Is that correct?
People are also, used to do for Meta ads, especially, landing pages, thinking all about, how to convert people. They show the ad and they pair a landing page that kind of has the wow effect. The thing that is really not still common in Google Ads, that makes our life easier, of course, as an agency, that people are not doing these landing pages thinking, all right, of course, we want to sell to people, but we have to be relevant to the keyword themes we identified. So I want to, to sell to people that are searching for gift or corporate or Italian champagne or stuff like that. I need to tailor a page also on the content, right? Keyword theme must be everywhere, title. Yeah. So,
and then the double whammy is you also have like an SEO boost. You have a new piece of content that can rank on SEO. So your organic is also improving with the same content that you're building for your ads. That's actually really fantastic.
Yep. Yeah. So yeah, I think we can, that's the thing. And of course, there are so many other things we could talk about, but yeah, that's what we wanted to highlight here.
Yeah.
And we can move on to the next campaigns.
Brand shopping is the next one we'll touch on. So essentially, it is the same concept as brand search, but it leverages the shopping platform. Okay, so carries the same purpose for brand protection. So nowadays, it's really common to see it mixed within PMax campaigns. So we're creating branded shopping campaigns, and this is actually a massive thing that we see within audits. Brand is just fully mixed with PMax, and it's not segmented and stuff, but you're creating branded shopping campaigns. So obviously priority, so leveraging PMax for brand expansion. So we want to use PMax campaigns to sort of easily scale across shopping, mainly, and obviously the Google networks too. So alongside, always maintain a dedicated sort of branding shopping campaign for users explicitly searching for your brand to ensure the message consistency and visibility. So this should be typically prospecting shopping. So obviously 70 to 80%. Do we want to expand on this, Felipe, a little bit?
Yeah, sure. So here, we have to be short, but this is actually a problem that we see. Like we do several audits per week, across, our mentoring, activities, auditing, and this is one of the most common problems we see because within Google Ads, as we talked about before, brand, on search, brand and prospecting is a separation that people are aware of. It exists from the beginning of Google Ads, and people know they need to have a brand search campaign and then non-branded search campaign prospecting, as you want to call them. With the new PMax campaigns, Google was very smart in a way. So managed to, to have people not noticing, right, that they were getting in the same campaign branded traffic and non-branded traffic, which is really bad. So what you want to have here, first of all, if you're an advertiser, you have to know the answer to, to the question, how much are you spending on branded? How much are you spending on acquisition? Most of the clients wouldn't even know. Most of the advertisers wouldn't even know, really. Maybe they think something, but if they go inside the campaign, they would find out something else. And this is what happens with PMax. So very important is to have PMax campaigns that are going just for prospecting. So they are not kind of doing brand protection as well. There are a couple of ways in which you could do it. It's not so straightforward, but for a few months, Google has a setting for PMax campaigns, brand exclusion. So you can exclude your brand website, let's say. It's not the direct negative keyword exclusion, but if Google knows your website is in the list, you can exclude it. Or you can also send a form or anyway chat with the support and say, hey, please, can you exclude my brand from PMax? And then your PMax becomes your weapon for prospecting. Nowadays, it's the most powerful in most Google Ads accounts for e-commerce. PMax are the type of campaigns that are spending the most. Once you have your PMax campaign just for prospecting, so the brand is excluded, then you have another standard shopping campaign that is just at that point getting that branded traffic that was excluded from PMax. PMax has a higher priority versus standard shopping campaigns by default, so you cannot really change it. So PMax will participate to the auction first, and will participate to all the auctions that are non-branded because we excluded the brand. And therefore, then the standard shopping campaign you have is going to then take the traffic that is left, which is a branded one. So that's a very, there are a couple of flavors to that. You can do some adjustments, without going into details, but that's the basic structure you must have. So PMax for prospecting, you can have one or multiple PMaxes, different product types, etc. And standard shopping for brand protection. In this way, you can also really know where your money are going and where your revenue is coming from.
This is awesome. I honestly had no idea how to structure any of this, like, and how it all fit together. So this is great. This is like, I've got some stuff I'm going to go test this on. This is fantastic.
Another thing is, and it's massive, is the Google Merchant Center. So a lot of people don't actually optimize their Merchant Center, and it's directly tied in with obviously the shopping ads. So it needs to be optimized, and people definitely need to spend time in it. So one, and this is obviously tips for the GMC, Shopping Experience Scorecard. Basically, if you go there within your GMC, you'll see this. But what this is it's a group of different things. So you have obviously the shipping, the returns, the seller ratings, the site experience, and site speed. And the goal is to really get that top quality score, okay? Because then Google will not only trust you more, obviously customers are going to trust you more, then Google will push you a bit more as well. But getting the top quality score badge, as you can see here, you see here, just a top quality store. They've obviously got the badges. So we want to, when it comes to the recommendations in the GMC, as you can see here, so link your PayPal account, return policy found from your online site, you might have faster shipping, all these things. You want to obviously have a look at these recommendations consistently, and then try and add anything that they recommend. You don't have to add everything. Like if you don't like PayPal, a lot of people aren't fans of PayPal, then you don't have to add it, but do as much as you can to really optimize the GMC, because then you get that top quality score badge, okay? Google Merchant Center promos. So within Google Shopping, leveraging Google Merchant Center promotions actually allows you to showcase special offers directly in your ads, okay? So this makes you you're able to give it a difference between your ad and the competitors, and obviously your products too. And you can entice people and entice shoppers to click through, okay? So as you can see, you've got this, what shoe is that? Men's walking shoe, we'll call it. $100, 110 with code, whatever, and you'll click on that and then you can put that in. 5% off, 300 plus. Obviously special offer, you can click that there. Buy two, get 15% off. So these are promotions, Merchant Center promos that are set up within the GMC that we obviously set up promos for our clients, and ideally you want to have one sort of year round, not that goes for year round, like you can have it set up and it starts and ends at the month and it just repeats, because you want to entice people to click your ads and stuff. Also Black Friday and things like that have the exact same sort of codes and I guess sales lined up on the shopping ads as you do on the website, The types of promotions to consider that you can add onto your shopping ad: buy X, get % off, discounts for subscribing, free gifts or gift cards, maybe free shipping over a certain point, first time buyer discount, things like that, okay? So setting up GMC promotions. So you got promotion ID. We're listing eligible products and then obviously adding promotion details and then defining promotional, that obviously promotional period, okay? So testing different coupon codes. Ideally you want to test different promotions in the GMC, even at the same time. So in order obviously to track performance and let Google optimize based on the customer preferences, okay? Felipe, did you want to expand a little bit on maybe all this?
Yeah, so like this is, in an environment like, especially if you go to the slide in which you could see the promotion, in an environment, as Google Shopping that is heavily competitive, of course, you see, products from pretty much everyone, and the battle is really on the price. You see, like by default, without these special offers, you just have the price, a short title, and a picture. So a lot is about the price. So either you make a price cut, race, right? You can drop the price, or you make these, extra promotion that are not a price cut. As you can see, the price is just the price, normal, but there are extra promotions. So they are basically applied to the checkout, So what's interesting here to keep in mind is that, yes, as Jackson was saying, and that's really important, and already a lot of advertisers are not doing it. If you have something going on the website, right? So for example, you have like a spring code or something highlighted on the website. If you buy at least $100 of stuff, you get some discount on the website highlighted. So if you have it on the website, at least do yourself a favor and highlight it on the ads, right? Because otherwise people wouldn't know that and would find out only if they click on the products, but maybe they're not going to click. But if they knew it before, they might click, right? So that's fundamental, first point. But keeping in mind that you can test this stuff just on Google Shopping, so you can put coupon codes just on Google Shopping. This allows you to really test and experiment with this feature. So you don't have to have stuff running on site-wide. You can just see, okay, I want to push more my, let's say, running shoes. I'm not ranking in Google Shopping at the top spots. What can I do? Let's try to do this promotion that I do a free gift. So I give something, an accessory, or I make a discount if they buy 2 pairs. You don't really need to just cut the price. I mean, of course you can do that, but there are so many other type of promotion. Or, for example, I do a free shipping with a coupon code, no matter the order value. You can do so many things, and you can apply that, as we would see in the other, we were looking in the other slide. We could apply that to just specific products. You don't have to do it for all your products. So you can apply these coupons, let's say this promotion, only to Google Shopping, but not only to Google Shopping, but only to a subset of your products. And of course, you can have different promotion going on for different product categories, and you can even have different promotions going on at the same time for the same products. So this is something really underutilized, I would say, and can really give you a boost. And especially if you go to the last slide we were looking at, then you see you can see reporting within Google Merchant Center. So in the graph, you can exactly see here, for example, last 180 days, which promotion we're showing, which ones. You see in the bottom right, you have like each click, how many clicks this promotion got, how many clicks this other promotion got, and you can see in the graph, when they were really pushed by Google, maybe when they were created. So in general, it's very, as Jackson was saying, it's really, really interesting to have always something going on. Of course, pro tip is, if you're going to have a promotion, let's say, I think the max amount of days you could have is even 6 months. So potentially you could have a promotion for like 6 months. But if you click on the details, Google will say like, oh, promotion is ending in 100 days. So customer will say, okay, it's not really a promotion. So you can literally have the same promotion, but just, break it down into, let's say, every month.
It could even, I think it's really cool that you can start to plan out. Like, okay, so if I'm going to run a Mother's Day sale, I'm going to do something for 4th of July in the United States. I'm going to do something Black Friday. You can you can honestly set yourself up a lot further ahead than like the day before too, right?
No, absolutely. You should mirror your promo plan. Like as soon as you have a promotion, like boom, you put in the Google Merchant Center promo plan. But really what we do with our clients is like, okay, now you don't have any promotion right now for eligible for Merchant Center. You don't have anything going on or nothing is so interesting. Let's brainstorm. Because with all those possibilities, you can find something that makes sense for the client, for the advertiser, because it doesn't really just reduce the price and can push the products higher. So yeah, that's one of the most interesting and funniest thing to play with when you are a Google Merchant Center expert, let's say.
I think one of the most fascinating things is that you guys are actually recommending to run these tests in parallel. That you don't have to do these because normally, if I make a recommendation on, hey, you're going to optimize your landing page, I'd say, do one major thing first, and then let it get some statistic before you go to the next test. So you guys are saying, hey, no, you can actually dump everything in all at once, and Google will kind of tell you exactly what's working, what's not.
Yeah, Google will pick up one. In the end of the day, in one ad can appear just one promotion. So, in the end, Google has to be happy with that, and Google will see which customer are reacting to that, and that promotion is going to be shown more. So you can get some proof of concept also for the future, so definitely interesting stuff.
Okay, so obviously feed optimization trick that we recommend is product listing duplication. Okay, a very powerful yet underutilized strategy. So what this is, you can actually copy, because before we dive into it, the goal at the end of the day would just to be give more real estate, okay, on the shopping tab, and that's what this lets you do. So you can copy and adjust product listings. It can be normal PDPs or LPs as well. But in order to obviously cover more real estate within the shopping carousel, remember, for the same query, multiple shopping ads listings from a single advertiser can show up, not on search ads. Okay, so also the angle, your products, in order to match different search themes or buyer personas. So individual listings, PDPs or LPs can be hidden from the website navigation as well. So this can be done too. But for example, so in this case, you could do one for I don't know, like infrared nova lab. It could be, you can have a landing page based around like aging and stuff like that. And then the other one could be more about like muscles for sports and things like that, you know? But having these different landing pages, you can set up, will not only have, well, you have a different angle to push traffic to, but you're able to have more real estate on the shopping carousel. As you can see in front of you, medical grade red light, infrared knee pain relief, infrared light device, you know? So does that make sense, bro?
Yeah, this is surely like, very, this is kind of the last topic we have in the presentation. Is quite advanced, but it's really, really interesting if you think about it, because one thing that you have to notice here is that, the 3 products highlighted in the presentation are the exact same product, are literally the same product. You see, same price, if you look at it, it's exactly the same product. But what happens here, and that's really interesting for a lot of e-commerces, especially, for sure for the ones that have, like just mono product, like they have one real product. But even for the ones, with multiple products, but of course, every e-commerce usually has like a few hero products that make for the most of the revenue, no? So like in this case, the strategy, and here is where, product page application or using landing pages that is still allowed for shopping ads. There's not much knowledge about it, but it comes into play, and it's really beautiful, because what you can do is simply, because think about this, this is an example, just from shopping ads, right? So you have a red light therapy pad. That's your product. So then you think, okay, what can people, on social media, you do whatever you want, like you make your ad, you make landing page, you do. It's a passive advertising. Here you think like, okay, what people are searching for, how people can arrive to the product, what is their pain point? So then you have like, oh, someone could have knee pain, someone could have a back pain. That's one angle. Another angle could be like, oh, someone could search for medical grade red light therapy. Someone could search for, something else. There are many keywords that could be searched around the same product, So as we were discussing before for search, remember Wine by Lamborghini, like we were saying, oh, might want to rank for gifts or corporate gifts, or like Italian champagne, something like that. So it was actually the same product, but we were saying, and people are educated about that already, on average, like, oh yeah, I know that for Google search, I have my keyword themes, I have different ad groups, and ideally I use the most relevant landing page of my website for that keyword theme. We discussed much better if you have if you can customize a landing page for that. There is this kind of knowledge out there. When it comes to shopping, there's not really this knowledge, but it kind of works the same way, Like, I know there are all these keyword themes out there. Why should I limit myself to one product listing? I can literally duplicate it, push them, and the cool thing, even on shopping, that you cannot do on search, is that you could have, as you can see, multiple product listings showing for the same search. Here is just one search. It was like red light therapy pads or something. And Google show, you see you have 3 results from the same advertiser in one carousel. Imagine they didn't duplicate the product, they would have just one product here. It would be completely different.
Now, is the cost of this like 3x more, or is this
no?
Like
you pay just per click. Okay. So it's even cooler.
So you just more shots at bat. That's actually sick.
Yeah, that's actually very good. So yeah, maybe that's kind of almost too powerful. This is a big thing to share as well. To be honest, the trick here is that as well, like what most people are thinking, maybe like, oh yeah, but I don't want to, I have multiple products on my website, it wouldn't look good. But the thing is that as we write in the last note, that these products don't need to be shown on the website. You can have product pages that are hidden by, from the website navigation. So literally in this case, if you would click, on the product, for example, I don't remember if it was the knee product or the back product, but one of them, if you try to find it on the website, you wouldn't find it. It's not there. It's just an application made is specifically for Google Shopping, smart. So
wow.
That's the thing. And for most of the products, cool. You can mastic gum. You just sell chewing gum, no? And people could search for, like chewing gum, mastic gum for the jaw enhancement, grow your jaw, or like good for your health, or like without chemicals, or from a specific country, like from Greece, or from, you can just duplicate and appeal to all the different angles and buyer personas. So that's really powerful. And of course, in order to do that, when it comes to ourselves, like the struggles that we have in our day-to-day is like, of course, having the client educated and being able to actually do these duplicates, hide the pages if they want, or play with landing pages, because again, you can have landing pages for that. So yeah, that's the thing. But once you're able to play with pages and you're comfortable with that, it's one of the most powerful things you can do around Google Shopping, which is the main channel by far when it comes to Shopify advertisers on Google Ads.
Oh, this is fantastic. For the audience, I do have to say, when we first started trying to put this event together, I did tell these guys, hey, it doesn't have to be about landing pages, but they were like, no. There's a lot of stuff you can do with landing pages that makes your Google Ads experience much better. So as you know, the landing page guy in the room, this makes me really happy to hear. And it's really cool to see exactly how you guys use them to improve the performance. I mean, this piece alone right here, like duplicating your listings, more shots at bat, just to be able to like get the customer into your specific funnel, being able to test from multiple different funnel angles, different hooks, different benefit statements, etc. I mean, just this alone, I think, was like worth, all the time and energy you guys put into this. But we got like so much more game out of it. So this is awesome, man. This is sick. One of the questions that came at the beginning of the event before you jumped on, Jackson, was something that wasn't in the agenda. I know we had kind of toyed with including it, but it was about layering in YouTube ads. And I know you guys do a ton on YouTube. You guys are actually kind of the masters at YouTube. So whatever secret sauce you guys can give us in the next couple of minutes, that'd be greatly appreciated.
Yeah. I'll mention the first thing. Don't stress too much about testing creatives on YouTube. You want to leverage your winning creatives from like other platforms and stuff, meaning like that be Instagram or TikTok and things like that. Whatever slaps on TikTok, for example, big thing like Tabs, one of our clients, whatever slaps on TikTok for them that's winning, just use it on what's it called? You use it on the YouTube side of things, okay? For the shorts. But yeah, Filippo can expand on some other stuff.
Yeah, as you said, like shorts is definitely the format. You want to, by far, shorts is the most powerful format. Most of the times we end up running only shorts. Another thing to keep in mind is that on YouTube, the biggest difference between YouTube and social media and other social media is that on YouTube people are really, really thinking about watching videos. They don't really want to go outside of YouTube. So you really, really need to push them hard. So yeah, it's true, like the type of content like UGC, self-recording content works very, very well. The only thing, that you should, to really make that leap is to include a CTA, not only as an image or something, but to include a CTA that is done with a voiceover or just live action. So there must be someone that tells the video viewers like, hey, we have this, FOMO, of course. So we have this promo, scarcity, it's ending. You don't have all the time in the world. If you want to grab it, and you should grab it, of course, because we just told you, all the benefits and stuff, reviews within the body of the ad, like you have to click now, here's the link, click the link, go outside. You really have to tell clients, not only with a very shy CTA, image at the end, but you really need to tell them. That's a big difference, of course, when it comes to YouTube versus other social media, because on Meta or TikTok, they can click on a link, come back. It's very smooth. We all do it. On YouTube, think about yourself as a user. It's not likely that you click, come back. You don't have it in mind. So that's really, really important. The other thing, of course, is the hook. So on YouTube, you don't have much text or layouts to support your ad, and people are just scrolling through shorts, right? So you really need to capture the attention at the very beginning. So another professional thing to do is maybe to have, you have the core of the ad, but then you test a couple of different hooks at the very beginning, right? So you can call out the audience, you can call out a pain point, you can say just something disruptive or controversial. So people are like, where are they going with this? So there are different type of hooks, of course, but I would say, yeah, these are the main things. Obviously, you want also a campaign that is optimizing by conversions. You want to do that campaign type, of course. Last but not least, when it comes to scaling YouTube, testing and scaling YouTube, on YouTube, you can play a little bit more like social media. So when it comes to campaign management, so instead of and that's what we do instead for shopping or PMAX search, like you want to have one campaign for one goal and try to scale it. Now focus on that one. You don't want to have 2-3 campaigns that are doing kind of the same thing on search, like active advertising, like I'm reacting to a search term. But on YouTube instead, you should have, like when you're testing and you're scaling, should have, okay, this campaign working, I do another one. I copy, I do another one. I do a different audience, maybe slightly different creative, different audience, and I just duplicate. That's the way to go on YouTube. There are way more, the campaigns can break easily. Something is working, don't touch it, duplicate it. That's kind of, the vibe there.
One of my favorite things to do, so I hang out with a lot of like VSL bros, because I love VSLs. I think video sales letters are the best. And I love when they show me videos where people are like spending like $100,000 a day or more on one single video. What's the skill gap between just starting out on YouTube and getting to a point where you're able to scale to 100K a day?
Yeah, so 100K a day, yeah, like that's a bit far. Like when it comes to e-commerce, that because now we're focusing on e-commerce, that's a bit far. Obviously on e-commerce you have your CPA is not that high. Obviously YouTube is more of a game for if you look at the overall landscape, high ticket, as you were saying, VSL, right? For coaches or consultants or software, like high ticket offers. When it comes to e-commerce, it's not that easy, to be honest. Usually we aim, a healthy proportion would be like 20% of the budget from your overall Google Ads account can go to YouTube. But of course, the really tricky thing is to make it working for you, because obviously the CPMs have a kind of a given cost, let's say. Of course, you can have so then you really have to optimize the view rate and the CTR and eventually the conversion rate. And here again, landing pages are a part of it in order to just make it profitable. When it comes to, 90%, so also, just to tell our audience, like if you're struggling, you're not alone. So 90%, I would say, of the accounts we audit every week, they gave up on YouTube for e-commerce, even very big accounts. So once you get it right, you can get to 25% of your budget, and that would be already great. So it could vary from just, smaller accounts that, could just spend, 5, 10K a month, or, of course, bigger accounts that could spend, tens of thousands per month.
I mean, there are some folks that sell, $10,000 pieces of furniture, so maybe it's more suitable in that world than it is when you're selling a $50 supplement. But it's something to keep in mind. I want to close things up. Thank you again, all in the audience, for watching, and the Echelon team. You guys absolutely knocked out of the park. I appreciate you guys so much. Yeah, we'll do another one. We'll go deep dive on YouTube next time.